Hey friends, this is Grayson. Welcome to Pinterest layout or Pinterest inspired layout video number 6. I am showing you what I will be using. This is going to be a Halloween themed layout. And the inspiration here is a simple one. It's a sketch. It's a page map sketch and it's a double page layout. I do have a board that is solely for double page layouts and sketches. So I am pulling from that. Now I have this container where I keep all of my themed products in there. So I have all my Halloween, and if I have any scraps, I usually just leave it there. So as you can see, some of these have been kind of doctored to make it look like they're longer or they're bigger, but in actuality they're smaller in size. But it's okay because I'm going to cover that up with some paper. And I just like how all of it goes together. I was trying to go with stepping away from white or black cardstock because that's kind of my go-to, especially white. And so I went with green here. I don't know. Let me know in the description box below, or sorry, in the comments section below, and tell me if it would have been better if I used a white cardstock or having this green cardstock as a background works with my layout too. I don't know. I mean, I like how it's solid and it brings out all the patterns, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it would have been much better if I did white. Anyways, again, like I said, it's a Halloween layout, and these pictures are from 2020. Our congregation usually has have what they call a fall festival, and it's usually, it's a church, and we invite our family and friends. The kids get to dress up, well, adults too if they want to. And then we have some games, and then there's also chili cook-off once in a while, and just other fun things. Well, since it was COVID time, the leaders of our congregation had decided that to still continue the tradition, but we were going to do it with, social distancing in mind and outdoors. So some of the families in our congregation had volunteered to allow families to go to their houses to do certain types of activities, usually games, and then and it's kind of like a round robin type of thing. So if you had said that you were going to go and they were going to plan that you go, say you're going to go from house 1 all the way to 6, and then you meet at church, and then the other group will go house 2 first, and then of course they're gonna go that round, and then they're gonna end up with 1, and so on and so forth. So that's how they were able to maintain the social distancing. So when we went to the houses, it was just me and my family that were doing it. It's actually just me and my kids because I think Marcus, my oldest, had work that day, and then my husband was also working, so it was just me and the kids, or the other 2 kids. And then we ended up going to the church building, and it was outside because we couldn't be indoors with all of the possibility of being, in a tight space with everybody. So it was outdoors, and then they had like hot dogs and things like that. So it was fun. It was a different take, but I appreciated that our church leaders, try to do something to kind of maintain some normalcy, especially during that time. So the thing that I love most about this sketch is the fact that I can use just single papers and kind of, I don't want to say doctor, but put them together in a way that they still look cohesive, that I didn't need to have like, 2 sheets of that spider web paper, although I guess it would have been better because then I could have extended the block, the center block, all the way to the edge of my background green cardstock. But I'm okay with that. As I am looking at the video, at this point, I am thinking in the back of my mind that there's no borders. If you have watched any of my other layouts, you know that I am a fan of borders. I feel like borders contain your layout and it leads the eye to the center of the page. And so I'm going to kind of think in the back of my mind what I'm going to do to be able to still have that border. And then I'm working with 3x4 photos. Initially, they were all 3x4, but then the photos that I used on the right, they wouldn't fit, or there wouldn't be enough like spaces in between if I would have kept them as 3x4, and it would cover up a lot of that background paper that I'm using. So I ended up cutting some of, actually most of them but one, into a 3x3, and then I also matted them just so that they would stand out, because that spiderweb background paper is pretty dark and it just stands out. So I wanted the photos to be able to stand out against the background. I did handwrite my journaling here, and I just talked about the same things that I've told you guys. And then I'm going to put that on the top of these 3 photo panel on the left side. Now the sketch actually called for like a circular part over on that side where the journaling and the title is going to live, but I feel like I did all of that work for that pattern paper background that I did not want to cover that up anymore. I guess I could have like maybe done some stitching or something to have a circular element there, but I really just wanted to use the sketch to springboard my thoughts or my ideas for this layout, and I like how it came out. Now to add the circular element, I did cut some scallop orange cardstock, and then I'm going to have, and I have a black circle. Now some of these black circles, I don't know if all of them, no, I think I did one. I had 2 leftovers from a project that I did many years ago, or not many years ago, but a couple of years ago. Like I said, all my Halloween just lived in this one bag, and I was rummaging through it and I found these leftover elements, and I thought, hey, maybe I can use that as my visual triangle. So I only had 2, so I just cut out one more, an orange scallop, and then a black circle. One of the circles actually had some kind of it wasn't a full circle, there was a cut in on the edge, and so I just tucked that into underneath the photo on the right, just so that nobody will know that it wasn't a complete circle. And the reason why I have these 3 circular elements not only is because it's going to be my visual triangle, but there's a few stickers that I thought was really super cute from the sticker sheet from Simple Stories, and it's a Halloween line. I can't remember exactly the line, but these stickers of like the mummy and the skeleton, it was so cute, and I thought that I would add that. And for me to be able to add that to make it stand out, I felt like it needed to be on a black cardstock. Okay, I'm going to show you something that I did recently. You know that I'm not very good at creating titles. I am like this, mine is very basic. So what I did was, this is another thing that I grabbed from Pinterest, is I pulled out all of the, how in Pinterest, if you go like, search scrapbook titles, they'd give you all of this list. Well, I compiled that in I just started typing them on a Google Doc, and then I printed them off, because it's easier for me to have the physical list than it is for me to go on my phone and then go to Pinterest and look that way. So I had divided the titles based off of course, the event or the season. And so I was going through my Halloween, fall, autumn list, and I found one that says Wicked Awesome. If it was me, I wouldn't have thought about that for a title, but then again, that's why I feel like Pinterest is so magical at times, because it helps you to fill in those, like have those things that you need that you wouldn't be able to have thought about on your own. I'm not sure if you guys are interested with the document of titles. I'm not claiming that it's mine, but I did type it on a piece of paper, so I don't know if there's copyright issues for that. But if you are interested, let me know, because then I will try to drop that into my blog, and then you can just grab it from there. Okay, so now I have two different types of white foam letter stickers. I think one is from Close to My Heart, and then another one from a thicker is from American Crafts. And I decided to go with white because there is a lot of color already on my layout as it is. So I felt like a neutral white will help it stand out, especially with that black spiderweb paper and then that very colorful watercolor type pumpkin paper, that it would just work well with the white. I guess there was also another thought that I had was maybe I can put the title on the green cardstock so it'll stand out a little bit more. But I don't like the idea of the title being so far from everything else. I needed that to be somehow housed where everything is there, because I feel like it works better with your eye if things are, if not close together, butting against each other or something like that. Okay, so I'm almost done with the title. And now is the fun part. I'm going to decorate. And the first thing that I am going to try to find, oh, before that, I of course have to get my date going here. And I have to just put that in there. Like I've said before, this is something that I've been doing lately in order for me to make sure that it will be easy once I start putting my layouts into albums. Now, I had pulled out the branding strip for one of the layouts, and it just has that eek word typed very multiple times, and I had put that on the left side to kind of finish off that edge, and I had a leftover, and I thought, why not put it on the right side? And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you see that that circle that's not a complete circle is now on the left side. And I think the reason for that is because I did not want the circle to be tucked under the photo. I wanted it to be over. And since I am going to be covering up parts of the circle anyways with this mummy and the skeleton, I figured it would be best there. But aren't these skeleton and mummy images so adorable? I just really love them, and I'm glad I had three. Of course, if it was, perfect world, they would all be skeletons or they all be mummies, but I'm just glad I had three kind of person type stickers so that it will work well with the space that I had wanted it to go. And I'm just finding some other word stickers that I thought would be fun to put in the on top of the photos, just little bits of pieces of phrases to go along with this layout. I also forgot to mention that, so on the right side is that fall festival pictures, but then on the left side, I did just talked about the Halloween day or Halloween night itself, and I had a picture of our jack-o'-lanterns and then my son with all of his loot after Halloween. We did go out, and it was nice. I mean, it was quiet compared to other types of Halloween years, but we were able to get some candy. Anyways, thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, I forgot, I did add some of the dots, not the stickles, but the other one. You know what I'm talking about. I added them, I used purple, and I added them in a few different spots, and then call it good. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.